The first word that comes to mind about Dr. Alan Hudson?
Disruptive.
Awesome.
Determined.
Dr. Alan Hudson is a deserving Mission Excellence Legacy Award winner because he truly set the foundation upon which UHN is built. A foundation of excellence in clinical care, remarkable scholarship through research and education, and in our DNA, the ability to know we could be the best in the world and we have to strive for it every day.
Dr. Alan Hudson was a fabulous surgeon. You know, he was well known. People came from around the world to have Dr. Hudson put the nerves back together, repair their nerves.
Very energetic, very, I thought, imperious to us poor medical students.
Alan Hudson had just been appointed as a neurosurgeon at St. Michael's Hospital. And I was seeing one of his patients. I hadn't yet met him. And the patient suddenly deteriorated under my eyes. And so I rapidly paged him, and he appeared in a flash. He took one look, and he said to me, "Push." He grabbed one end of the stretcher, and I put the other, and we were on our way to the operating room. And I thought, wow, now that's a man of action.
I was just starting out, and he was very supportive of what I was doing and expressed interest in it.
The generosity of spirit he offered, his comments were encouraging and helpful to so many people.
He spoke so quickly and had this funny accent that we could hardly understand him.
His early life in South Africa, where he saw terrible discrimination and poverty. I think that carried throughout his career. He was a champion of diversity, equity, inclusion, and he brought that to UHN.
Dr. Alan Hudson came to Toronto General Hospital in 1989. That's when the changes started to happen. He was surgeon-in-chief for 2 years.
The time that Alan became the CEO of what was then the Toronto Hospital.
The Western and the General had merged to form the Toronto Hospital. Alan, with his vision, was instrumental in helping to merge the Princess Margaret Hospital with the Toronto Hospital, and with a great deal of vision and energy and nerve, some would say, he created UHN, University Health Network.
For Alan, it was a question of how do we make this organization a remarkable asset that better serves its patients and better serves the role that Canada can play in the world's health system.
He was very interested in measurement. He thought it was important to have indicators, questions that we strove to answer, that would provide data to look at how we were doing.
He follows the rule that if you're watched, and if you're evaluated, and if you're accountable, you do better.
Accountability for patient outcomes, accountability for finance, accountability for how things were developed.
That is Alan's greatest gift to this whole organization and to medical care in Canada.
He brought to us the concept of expanding education, expanding the fundamental support for leadership with chairs. The number of chairs expanded greatly.
I was walking down University Avenue and quite by chance ran into Alan Hudson. I said, "I'm on my way to the American consulate. I've been offered a chair in women's health in Philadelphia." And he looked at me and he said, "Well, that's kind of too bad. I don't like seeing Canadian talent move out of Canada, but you know, we do have a little money for chairs." And so I was offered the job of chair of women's health in a combined program between University Health Network and University of Toronto. If it weren't for Alan, I'd be a chair of women's health in Philadelphia.
What I think really stands out for Alan's contributions are critically raising the bar on performance. Academic performance, clinical performance, economic performance. At every level, Alan was interested in, are we truly world-class? Are we as good as we think we might be?
And that combined with the focus and the critical mass on each of our sites with cancer, heart disease, neuroscience, and arthritis and orthopedics, and many others focused, he helped us build the infrastructure that has led us to be the #1 hospital today.
He wouldn't be where he is today without Susan Hudson and his children.
Alan's respect and admiration and love for his wife, Susan, is palpable. And his pride in his family, in which I think he is most deeply rooted, makes him very much who he is today.
I am quite convinced that they gave up a lot of his time early on because he was a completely dedicated surgeon and completely dedicated to leading healthcare organizations. And that takes a lot of family support.
Alan is in relentless pursuit of improvement. Good is not good enough. Good is the enemy of excellent, I would say, in Dr. Hudson's lingo.
UHN, I don't think, would exist as it currently is without his push at the beginning.
I think there have been a very, very small number of people on the Toronto scene who have been absolutely transformational.
Alan was the father. He was the creator of University Health Network. He provided the inspiration that Toronto needed to have a world-class, world-leading health organization.
We owe Dr. Alan Hudson a tremendous debt of gratitude for his vision, for his leadership, for his creativity, for what at the time seemed disruption, which led to today's immense University Health Network conglomerate, which can compete, as we know, on the world stage very successfully.